Good morning, good afternoon, based on the location you are. So in this demo, we are going to show you how you can install Oracle latest Linux release, which has released in the April 2020. So here we are going to create the Oracle Linux machine. Of course, our agenda is not to create the Oracle Linux machine. Our agenda is to create the Oracle latest software on Oracle latest operating system, which is called OLE, Oracle Linux Enterprise. So, or people are calling OLE, but the actual name is OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux. So here I am creating the Oracle Enterprise Linux, latest one, 8.2 version. Top of that, we will install latest Oracle software 19.3. So not much delay. Let's start. So you can create on the new for new machine creation, and that way you are able to create the new machine. That's the one option. Alternate option is that you can press the control N key, that will start the new, or you can go to the machine and click the new. So these are the different options you have. You can choose as per your need. So I am giving the machine name DBA training, and DBA training which purpose I am creating. So just example, I am creating the OEL, or I can give the full name DBA trainings 19C, because we are going to install the 19C. But as of now, in this demo, we are just installing Oracle Linux latest release 8.2, and then we can. Here we are choosing the path and where I want to put my virtual machine. So for that, I am choosing the virtual machine onto my desired location, and this I am going to take into this DB training 19C. Of course, for type, I can choose the Linux, and automatically Oracle Linux came in the picture. Of course, based on the U installation CentOS, Red Hat, 99%, it is the same. Now let me click on the next. Once I will click the next, it will ask you the memory. And whenever I will click on the memory, so you can choose the memory depend on your business need. In my case, I am having 16 GB RAM on this machine. So I am going to allocate 8 GB RAM to this virtual box. Of course, Oracle 19C minimum RAM is 8 GB as per the Oracle, but we are able to install in the less also, not at all. But yes, smooth functioning, we always have to follow the guidance from the partner. Now we have given the 8 GB RAM, and then I can click on the next. So it is asking me to choose the hard disk. So there is a multiple way to choose the hard disk, and each hard disk you can see here, they have a different meaning. So first of all, what I am going to do here, just I am choosing create a virtual hard disk. Why I am creating the virtual hard disk? Because I don't have the hard disk for that. If you have an existing hard disk which you want to take, so you can use an existing virtual hard disk. Down you can see that Oracle 12C virtual hard disk I have, but that I am using for this machine, so I don't want to touch onto that. I'm creating a new virtual machine. Do not add a virtual hard disk, so it will not ask add a hard disk, but I want it, so that's why I'm creating it. Now here you can see we have a 3 option called virtual disk image. So most of the case people are using virtual disk image, but I don't prefer the VDI. Behind that, the simple logic is that this VDI is used its own container format for guest and hard disk, and the virtual disk image, this format is used when you create the new virtual machine with the new disk. And I am not taking the new disk. Instead of that, I am using my Windows disk. That's why I'm choosing virtual hard disk. What is the meaning of the virtual hard disk and why we have preferred virtual hard disk? So Oracle VM VirtualBox also fully support the virtual hard disk format used by Microsoft. So we can use accordingly. So if you will use VMDK, this is the virtual machine disk which also support, and that is a popular when you are using the VMware and other. But here I am installing on the virtual Oracle VirtualBox, so I don't prefer that one. Instead of I am putting the virtual hard disk. Now let me go to the next. Here you can see it is asking me to the allocation. So allocation, I am choosing that dynamic allocation. Why I am preferring the dynamic allocation? Because I don't want to use all the my hard disk at the same time, and that's why I am giving the hard disk as per the my need. Got it? So I prefer to use only the hard disk which is used currently, and it will grow as per the my business need. Got it? So fixed size means if you can create a fixed size, the image file will create on your host system, and then it will take the almost same size what you have given. So like example, if I am giving the 12 GB, so it will take 12 GB. If I have taken 20 GB, so 20 GB. To avoid that, I always prefer dynamic allocated. This is the more flexible storage management, and we choose it because based on that, it depends on the my use of the actual, not as per the my size given. So let me click on the next. Here you can see it will goes to the location. They are asking the location where you can create that disk, and by default if you can notice the size is coming 12 GB. So I need to modify it as per the my machine. So let me remove this path. Instead of that I directly put onto there. So I am putting into C drive virtual disk DB trainings, and over there I am putting the virtual hard disk. Size is good enough. I can give the 120 GB or 100. Okay, as of now I am giving the only 100 GB. If later on we need, we can add it, but believe me, for your test purpose you are able to good enough to handle the in 30 GB also. But I am not using only for test purpose. On this we are going to run the rack batch and then Oracle 19C batch, so many batches, so that's why I'm giving 100 GB size. Let me click on the create. So they have created the file. Am I able to start it? Not at all. For that we need to do couple of things. So first thing what I'm going to do, I need to change some configuration. So directly I am able to choose the disk from here. If you can see, I can choose the disk from here. So my disk has chosen. That's one way. Alternate way, you can click on the setting, go to the your storage part, and here it should be empty. If I will not select from here, then you can, like if I can remove from here, then it will goes and it will select from there. So here what I'm going to do, if you can see, so I removed it because I want to show all the way to you how you prefer it depends on you. So storage, and here in the empty you are able to choose the path. So you can choose create virtual hard disk, and then you can add wherever you have kept. In my case I have kept into the my data software, so I'm choosing from there, and then I can select the disk and we can click on the choose. Now my disk is there, hard disk is there. Okay, let me go to the system. Here I don't need a floppy, so I can unselect the floppy. Processor, of course I need a 2 processor, so I'm giving 2 processor, not no problem at all. Display size, if you can see, I need a video memory full, so I can give the full video memory. Storage I have already taken. Audio I don't need. Network I am choosing for the net, which will be used for the my connection between the host and this machine. If later on we need to convert into bridge and something, we are able to do it. So there is no problem at all. It depends on the business need how we can choose. Got it? So it's fully depend on the my requirement In this demo, I am using just net. Of course, while we are going to use the rack, that time we will use the all these four adapter. So adapter 1 we will use for net, adapter 2 we will use for the rack public IP, and which should be we can enable and we can use as a internal network. Similar way, the third adapter we can also choose for the internal network, and the fourth option we can choose for the host only adapter. So this fourth will be used for the my rack private. This third will be used for the rack VIP, and this two will be used for the my rack public. As of now, I don't use this one. Later on, we can modify. So this is the just for OS installation. So I am going just for OS installation, which you can use not only for database, for the your OS admin task or any other, you are also able to do it. I hope you all are getting the point. It is clear to you. Okay. And now if I can go for the next step. So serial port I don't need, USB I don't need, share folder if you need, then you can select it, the path another thing. As of now I don't need. So I'm okay to run it. I can click on OK and I can start my machine. Once you start the machine, it will start and they will give you the some input about the testing your software. So do you need to test the software? That's the first thing you have to keep into your mind. Am I going to test the machine? So let me go and click onto without test. I am installing Oracle Linux 8.2 as per my need. So I am not testing the machine. So you can see they are checking it. All the repository they will check. Anaconda that they are checking as of now. And later on we can see the language and other support which we can going to use for that. So now if you can see that my language I have selected, by default it will come to the US. So I'm putting onto the India and then I can click on to continue. So I clicked on to continue button. Then it will go to the next step, and over there we can see we have a different thing. Of course, first the keyboard you can see by default it is taken in India. Software location they have taken the local install. Of course, the most important thing you are here saying that hard disk partition. Language they have taken it, date and time, those all. So that will come later. Let me first go to the system, because installation directory I'm choosing based on my requirement. Software selection you can see server with the GUI by default it is taking. So let me choose first the installation destination. So installation destination I'm choosing the custom because I want to customize from my end. Okay, so I click on the custom, it is selected, and I click on to done. Once you will click on to done, they will ask you what type of disk you want to add. So you can choose the disk as per your business need. You can choose as per your requirement. In my case, I'm choosing and then I can choose a different hard disk based on my need. So let me go. Then here you can see that partitioning, create a mount point. So logical virtual VM, or you can click on the standard partition. So it depends on the your how you want to partition your disk. Got it? So I am not partitioning onto the that way. Instead of I am putting LVM. The good part is that logical volume manager is going to manage those part. So I don't need a multiple disk. Instead of that, I can use as per my convenience. And the first disk, what I am giving here, so I am giving for my root. And the root I am giving how much size I can give. So I am giving the 20 GB size for my root disk. Okay, I have given that root. Of course, we have an option here also. If you want to choose the disk, you want to change, then you are able to do from here. File system, what type of file system you want to partition, that you are able to select from here. But I don't want as of now anything for this case, so it's okay for me. I can continue with that one. Let me choose another disk. I have given 20 GB for this, so I am now giving for my Oracle directory, that is called U01, and for that I am giving 40 GB, because this will be the more for my database. And if you can see here, I am not doing any other stuffs which we need it, but yes, couple of things for the system related which I need to give it. So let me give for the system related. We have now 39 GB left, so let me give for the boot first. So the for boot I am giving 2 GB, that will be the good enough to handle. So I have given the 2 GB for boot, no problem. Then swap. Swap is the more important for the RAM and other things. So I need to give that swap according to my business need. So I am giving the swap as a 8 GB, because I am using the 8 GB RAM. So I have given the swap 8 GB, no problem at all. Now I can give the some other disk if I need, or I can directly go for that. Got it. So we have a multiple location, but we have a disk. So let me give the some disk for different purpose. So one I am adding for the temp purpose. By default, it will take from the mount point. So I am giving the temp here, and temp also I am giving the 5 GB. As of now, I am giving the temp 5 GB, and then I have 24 GB remaining. So do we need to give for the some other disk? So it depends on my business. If I want Ora data or those, I can give. But these are the mandatory for Oracle, which I have given. So U01 I have given the 40 GB. If you can see here, then we have given for the boot 2 GB. Then rest you can see here, I have given for this 20 GB for the slash, which is the root. Okay, let me give the couple up for my other perspective. So I can give the 10 GB for the home. So I'm giving the 10 GB for the home as well, no problem at all. And then I have left 14 GB more. So if I need, I can give some more space to some other, or we can create a one like the backup or flash, such type if I want to store somewhere else. So we can give it accordingly, but these all are not required at all. It's your wish how you want. So let me check if any. The var, okay, let me give the 5 GB to my var as well. No problem at all to giving that, because we have a space. So I have given the 5 GB for the var, and then let me give my 8 GB, which is remaining 9 GB. So I'm just putting a swap. I have already given, I think, var temp, yes, swap I have given. So let me give bio, I don't need it. So let me give for the Aura folder, Aura data. Why I'm giving the Aura data? If I need to keep some backup or something like that, then we can able to do here. Or you can give that U01, whatever you want, it's your wish. So I'm giving here 8 GB, because we have only 9.9, so we cannot give 10 GB. Or I can give the 9 GB, no problem. I can give the 9 GB here, and I can click it. Now you can see all the configuration is done. Let me click on done. It will ask you to accept it. Of course, you have option, you can cancel and customize partition as per your wish, but I don't need it, so I am accepting the change. So now you can see here the custom partition has highlighted. Now language, of course, I am choosing the English, no problem to all. Software selection, that I need to choose. By default, you can see server with GUI is coming, so that I'm taking, no problem at all. I don't need a window file server here. Debugging tool, sometimes you need a debugging tool for performance and other things, so you can take it. File storage, I don't need. FTP, yes, sometimes copy file from your host to that, or if the server will be used, allow you to run FTP server on the system. So that one. Guest, I don't need. Hypervisor, I am not going to run. Infiband, yes, I'm taking it because maybe later on we can also use with the RPM, but otherwise here I am taking because I am going to use this for the rack as well. So that one. Network server, DHCP and other thing, yes, if I need the fixed IP and other thing, that time it will help you. Performance tool, I can take it. Remote desktop, I don't need. Virtualization client, I don't need. Virtualization hypervisor, I don't need. Virtualization tool, I don't need. Web server, I don't need. Legacy Unix, yes, we can take it because if you want to migrate from the lower version to higher, that time it will help you. Container, or I can identity support it. So for that, I'm taking it, not mandatory. Development tools, yes, I need it. .NET, I'm not going to use. I am not taking the .NET. Graphical administration, yes, I'm taking it. Headless management, this is basically when we can take this and we can system will be without touching graphic console. They are able to manage from the remote, so I don't need it. RPM development tool, yes, so you are able to do RPM building and other things. Scientific support, mathematical and other thing, I don't need it. Security tool, yes, I need it. And system tool, I need it. That's it. Let me click on the done. Once you have selected this, so it is basically verifying and then done. Kdump is by default enabled in my case, so I don't have to change anything here. Then if you can see here, it will come to the another part which is called network. So let me give the network and a host name. So let me start the network and text. I'm getting or not? Yes, I'm getting the 1000 Mbps speed, and this is the IP address I'm getting. Got it? So no problem at all. I want to use this, and machine name I am giving DBA trainings dot dbatraining.com, so that I am putting the machine name, or I can use like the just DBA trainings. So it's your wish how you want to use my machine with the local domain and other thing, so you can apply accordingly. So I have given the current host name DBA trainings, and then I can click on the done. Now this all has done. Security policy, if you want you can choose it, if you don't want you can skip it. So it's your requirement, you can choose and you can customize based on the business need. Got it? While we will go for the rack, that time we will change this internet setting, but as of now I am not putting that one. I have just selected and then I can go for that. That's the basic need, and I can click on to begin installation. Once you will click on the begin installation, it will go and it will start the creation of that machine. But before that, let me give the password for the root user, because that is the more important. So I have given the root user password. Of course, I'm not following the as per the recommendation. So they are still clean the password, not as per the another user I am creating here, DBA trainings. And of course, I always make it the Mac administrator. So that's way we are able to do if any issue will come. Day by day, we don't use the root user. Of course, again, password, I am not following the rule. So the password, the data dictionary check, yes, but that's where we put in the lab so everyone can remember. And that's where we do the all the steps. So let me click on done. Now installation has started. It will take a couple of minutes, and then we'll continue accordingly. So you can see that installation is going on, and it is going to install that 1676 RPM. Out of that, 65 has just done, so it will take some time. Wait for that. So you can see the installation is going on. Till yet, they have installed more than 500 RPMs. So total 1676 they need to install. It's going on. So now you can see that it's a 790, and at the same time more than 800. And you can see the user which I have given deviate earnings that will be going to be created. Root password is also set. So if you can see now we have more than 990. So 990 is going on. So it will take more 15 minutes. So if you can see now we have more than 1000. So it's going on for the 1082. So now you can see that we have crossed 1500, and it's going on. It will take few more minutes. So almost we are going to complete it. This RPM is based on to your machine configuration, what you have chosen. While if you remember when we were selecting that tools, so that time whatever we have chosen, based on that it will be take. So now you can see that the configuration has started. The kernel configuration is going on. If I can keep the full screen, so still that will be look like that. And then later on we can put the GUI and other things. Guest. So you can see here whenever we will go and we can insert a guest additional 3D image for integration video like those. Okay, so kernel configuration is going on. So now you can see that the progress is going on and almost configuration is completed. Now they are generating the framework and other stuffs, the user creation and all the stuffs. So done. Your installation is completed. You can see here it's completed. Now we need to reboot the machine. So let me reboot this machine, which will again take the few minutes, and then we can go for the further. So you have seen that how to install the Oracle Linux. Of course, this is taking the kernel 5.417, and that's for the this installations, but not completed yet. Few more tasks we have to do, like accepting the license. And those all the things is still remaining. So we have to wait, and after the start, it will come to the other stuff. So let me wait for that, and then we can go for the further mode. So now you can see that license information has captured, and we are able to do that. So we can accept the license. That's the one thing which we have to do, and there is no other except I need to accept the license, and then done. Now finish configuration. So ready to go for the machine which we have created. So it is just setting that update, and here is your machine name. So but yes, as you can see, I have connected with the deviate earnings. So there's a two-way, either you can go with the deviate earnings or you can go with the root. So let me go for the root first, not listed, root, and then I can put the password which I have given. So I'm connecting with the root user first time. So please register your system if you want. I don't want to register it. So if the next system not registered, I know, and then click next. The privacy and location. If you want location service, I don't want location service. I can put off automatic problem reporting. I don't want, and then I can click on the next. Skip it if you want to use the online account and other things. I don't need. Start using Oracle Linux. So congratulations, you have successfully installed Oracle Linux, and that is available for you for your machine. Of course, it's not completed yet. We have a couple of other tasks, like as we can see here, this is the first time Oracle Linux you are getting. So background, display setting, those all you are able to change how you want resolution. Those all you can do as per your convenience. But as of now, I am not doing this. But let me go before that. I can do one thing. If the background and other things, those all. But let me go for the some stuff what I need for this case. So I am going to do the one more task which is called insert guest additional CD image. That will give me the all the mouse control and other stuffs for my machine. So it is saying okay, software install. Yes, I need to run it. So I'm putting it run. This is installing the guest additionals. So your mouse integration, keyboard, those all will be done. Graphics, these all work accordingly. Let me minimize it. Meanwhile it is installing, I can minimize it and then I can put it. So the log and var file contain the further informations if you need, but I don't need. Press and return to close this window. So that's done. And that's it. My installation is completed successfully. We are able to use it for any purpose, not only for OS, but for the Linux, for the others. Yes, I need a couple of things like here I want to copy from the host to OS or virtual machine, that means guest or guest to host. That's why I'm choosing bidirectional. And let me go and restart this machine. The first time I'm going to restart. If you need any terminal and other things, you are able to open the terminal. You can see your host name. Got it? I have config. Of course, here something you can found those as per your configurations, what you have done. Got it? So this one I have selected and let me copy it and we are ready to use it. Of course, I'm going to reboot this machine. So that's for this demo. I hope you all have enjoyed the session, and in the next, after the tea break, we will go for the other step onto this machine where we will install the Oracle 19C. Thank you. Let me power off this machine, and once it will be rebooted, all the graphics, everything you will get it.